How are our levels looking? That looks pretty good. Hello, and welcome to OFFBeat, your very favorite audio zone.
Your one-stop shop for
fluids in your ear in the shape of vibrations. There were a lot of things I was going to say, but I remembered that we can't say a lot of things because of the FCC.
That's a great point.
This is OFFBeat on KFUG Community Radio, 101.1 FM, with your host, Persephone Rose. I am Persephone Rose, and I am joined today by a guest. Can you introduce yourself?
Special guest. My name's Avi Kritz. You might know me and our dynamic from our podcast.
Or as my brother.
There's also that. And I also do some stuff for Red Voice and KFUG Community News. You know me. I've been around these parts since KFUG was founded, but I haven't done a show in a while because I forgot.
That's valid to you, though. Because you did like a late night show, like a real late one.
I also did 2 separate shows in my youth. I was but a young lad, and neither of them played good music, so there's that.
A young lad donning your knickerbockers and your cherry
snickerdoodles
tops.
And quite.
That's a dessert.
Are you saying you can't wear them?
I almost swore again.
You got it. You just say silly goose. Just say silly goose.
You silly goose.
There you go.
But yes,
you can't.
So the fun thing about this broadcast is it's going to be broken up into 2 different things. There's those of us listening to our very sexy voices right now live, and this will also be posted to YouTube later. Housekeeping aside, hello, Avi.
Hello.
It's nice to have you on.
It's great to be here, Seth. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
You have cool energy.
Since the 3 days ago that you told me about it.
Yeah. We're going to be doing something very special today.
I'm so excited. You have no idea how excited I am.
Yeah. I forgot what a professional I feel like you're supposed to like plug in your new book you're writing or something. Yeah. What do you write? What book are you writing?
The book of...
Well, stop right there because it's not going to beat what we're going to read today. That's right, we're doing a reading. I know the last time that you heard a reading from me was a Ratatouille fan fiction, and surprisingly, no one's asked for me to continue. Which...
Sorry, that was so accusatory.
Just saying.
No one's asked me to continue it, which is fine.
So honestly, without further ado, if you want us to get into the thing...
we're not
going to go ahead and... No, we're going to discuss it, but...
Let's discuss one of my... Growing up, I relied heavily on, fiction and creative works to really kind of escape. It's very much an escape,
I do recall you briefly discussing your favorite novel, But You're a Horse.
But You're a Horse, that helped me through some really hard times.
By Nathaniel Hawthorne.
That really got me through a lot of troubles in my own personal life. But I do find that fan fiction can often be, and this is actually completely seriously, fan fiction can be a wonderful escape and a very interesting part of fiction that a lot of people don't really give it the credit it deserves because you're like, oh, fan fiction, that's all like goofy. No.
Yeah, it's actually I'm not even going to interrupt that with goof. That's actually I wasn't even thinking about bringing that up. Fan fiction is a really great medium.
It really is.
Like, man, that actually kind of bleeds into what's going on here. So a few years ago, I was not a big fan fiction writer, but I did write fan fiction. My first fan fiction I wrote actually... It got like over 20,000 reads about a very, very niche topic. If I say Venturian Tale, the Fallout series, that's going to get... No one's going to know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
Which is good. It's better that way. But that caused me to meet a bunch of friends, and it grew a big community. And it sparked a love for writing, which is fun because as a writer, I really spend a lot of time not writing.
You kind of need that spark.
But that's also just kind of the shared writing burden because we all want stories just on the page. And I think the hardest part is seeing stories like what we're about to get into that you just can't compete with But you gotta know you can't compete with them. You gotta just appreciate them.
If you can't get to it's so hard to achieve that level of just prose and the use of metaphor and the use of just beautiful imagery. If you can't achieve that level, you can at least look to it as a shining beacon of what to strive for in your future and in your creativity and in your life in general. So would you please introduce this prophet that we've discovered?
That was beautiful.
Thank you. It's from the heart.
So we actually found this a few years ago. Then the funny thing is we were talking about this. This actually kind of sparked our friendship.
It totally did, yeah.
Because at that point we just kind of casually known each other and
mentioned Homestuck and that.
This is on Wattpad.com, by the way, which has taken a lot of changes since we first found this.
Basically, the two tablets that the Ten Commandments are written on.
I don't know where that came from, but yeah.
Yep.
It's funny you say that. One of the works of this author are the Ten Commandments. Avi just gave me a very surprised face as though this were a reality thing I was saying.
Okay, well, sure.
So yeah, this person appeared on my radar. It was a recommended. I don't know why he was recommended to me. That is something I still have not solved.
That's it. One of the questions that keeps me up at night.
Should we lie and say this isn't going to be malicious, or?
See, this is something that actually all goofs aside, I don't think this is a particularly malicious thing. We're reading something that we enjoy, and
for legal purposes, this is a parody. This is for use of parody and not theft.
Entirely, yeah. And this is something that he posted, and that I think posting things to a public setting, you open yourself up to criticism no matter what, and I think all creators should be open to criticism and stuff. And this is also something that we're not doing this just to haha, look at this guy. It's very much something that makes us laugh, and honestly, it brought our bond a lot closer together. So I think it's more of a reverence than a haha, look at this dude.
I like that explanation. That's very quick, because I forgot if he was actually problematic in any way. There are definitely people who write like this who are very problematic, but I actually forgot if there was any such thing here.
I honestly, I
think it was just
I think in my research, no, I didn't notice any. I think he's just a chill dude that likes to write.
Hell yeah.
And again,
you did actually talk to this person. We're doing a lot of drum rolling here.
Yeah, I know. We're really building this guy up.
This is the user at the Dark Lord 86, or as his nickname on his profile says, Dark Lord 86. He's a very humble guy. He doesn't need the duh. The duh.
The duh.
He's no the Iron Bull.
Listen, I've caught the hints. I get what you're saying. You want to ride the bull.
You can't see it, radio audience, but I am saluting.
You are saluting, which...
This person, this author, really, I would say, brought us closer together as friends, as humans, as just general, soul.
That was 6 years ago.
Oh my god, what?
Well, I mean, a little less than 6. That would technically be 5 and some change, but...
Oh, that's awful. God, I hate being here. Not here in the radio
That's very
station,
close to your
on
birthday. Earth. Wait, that's a day after your birthday, right?
What date?
November 21st.
Yeah, my birthday's November 20th.
A late gift for your 14th birthday.
I knew it was for me.
Some people get a Hogwarts letter. Some people get the
when
birth.
You're 11, idiot.
I'm talking transcription of ages. Everyone knows age 1.
Everyone knows that British ages are different than American ages.
Yeah, 11 is 14.
Yep. That's all we got.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the picture for our listening audience, which is all of you. Mm-hmm. There was a noise.
That was a very loud scream from somewhere else.
The background cover photo, as you would see on a Facebook page or such for this. I don't know how many people listening have seen Wattpad. Is a cover photo.
Bounty.
It's Alduin from Skyrim.
I don't know what that is.
That's the big dragon. That's the evil dragon.
Oh, the big evil dragon? Gotcha.
But that's the big main bad dragon.
Don't say that.
This episode is sponsored in part by... Hey, listen, Bad Dragon, if you want to sponsor me...
For real.
I will.
I'll do
Listen, Jonah Scott was, talking, not some mad smack, whatever the positive inverse of that phrase is.
Mad support.
Mad support about your works, and, hit me up.
For real. I will do it. Don't test me.
Sponsor me, Bad Dragon. I think we're competing for a Bad Dragon sponsorship right now.
I think Bad Dragon should sponsor Dumpster Dive.
Ooh. That would be
Hey,
pretty
Bad Dragon, get at me. Let me know.
Listen, SethCorvidRose@gmail.com for business inquiries. Dark Lord 80s, and the photo, the main profile photo, is another dragon. It is a different dragon. It has 3 horns. It's black and red color scheme. It's incredibly muscular.
It's gotta be.
And bipedal.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
There are 23 published stories by Dark Lord 86, and in fact, one of them is a great big anthology. One of them we will be reading from. The last message from the Dark Lord 86 is the following on his pinned message board. Somebody complains about grammar in my book. Me blocks them. XD. Don't like it, don't read it. ... If you think you can do better, go ahead and show it. But if not, just don't read the story. No period. Nobody is making you, but still some people waste their time thinking they can better and complain. Just do us all a favor and don't make yourself look mentally challenged and just don't read the books you don't like. Alright, set phasers to kill. Didn't read that part.
Oh, gross. Oh, God, tear this dude up. Oh, no.
There are 31 reading lists. Reading lists are a feature on Wattpad, so like when you see a book you really like, you can add it and basically show it off and kind of based on a category of yours. So everyone's got their basic reading list, and then you can name the rest. Each of them are hornier than the last. All of the covers are very lewd.
How many anime girls?
Most of them, but some things aren't. For example, the Kanker sisters ex-male reader from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. You know,
I'm sorry,
those 3 children.
I'm sorry.
There's one that's a alien from the Alien series with a very large bottom. I was trying to think of what, like, the PC, FCC friendly way.
Bottom? Rear.
Bottom, large rear, a large posterior.
A large dump truck.
A large dump... I almost finished the joke. That would have been my career. The FCC would have canceled me.
FCC shoots you on sight.
See, there's a reading list called Nice. It's got 200 stories in it.
Oh, God.
There's Harem, 158 stories. None of these are by him, by the way. These are just
his reading list.
People in his community. Red versus Blue. you know, like the Halo, the Rooster Teeth Halo series, and like X-Male reader versions of those. Overwatch.
Yeah, gotta have that.
Huntic, which is some sort of series, I don't know.
Huntek. Whenever I heard that.
Huntik.
Huh? Never mind.
Bleach.
Gotta have Bleach in there.
Ruby, and
so
the most recently added is on the cover, because you can make your own book covers, is the purple kangaroo from Backyardigans.
No! What?
It's called The Legendary Book of One-Shots, and it's him doing like a real, like, a smirky face.
Yeah,
Right next to a bunch of horny drawings of the Ruby cast.
Why is he there? Why is Backyardigans
The Legendary
Man
Book
there?
of One-Shot. There's one just called Lemon.
We know to avoid that.
Furries. So diversity.
God, you know what? He's branching out.
Kill La Kill.
Oh, God.
Fairy Tale. You can just assume most animes.
Most animes where they have a boob window on their like.
Oh no,
costumes.
or if they don't, he'll add one. Star Wars.
Weird.
There's one story called Freak, Ahsoka X-Reader.
Oh, God.
Borderlands, which hits a little bit close to home.
There's Borderlands and
he has written Borderlands.
Yeah, there's. I think he also does. I forgot the name of the other video game.
Mass Effect. Oh, right. This is actually coincidental. I still think it's homophobic that you can't romance Tally as a woman, because Tally is the best romance option. And this is coming from someone who's played Mass Effect 1 and only like the first few hours of it. Anyway.
Steph's also been talking about this for the past like 3 days. Just mainly the fact that they can't romance this one character, which is completely understandable.
I can't believe you're calling me out on my own show.
Do you think we should dive in?
I actually have opened the link. This is from his most popular book, arguably. It is titled, when I'm reading this, imagine that the first letter is capitalized and the rest aren't. Various females, ex-male reader. A lot of animes, video games, movies, etc.
I'm so excited.
This is the one that I basically read out to Avi over the course of like about a month.
It was
because it was like after class, like on our way to the buses or whatnot.
Yeah, this is actually in our AP US history class. Whenever I think it would be kind of whenever class sort of ended, and you know how kids like the bell hasn't rung yet, but the kids are just kind of like grouping up and like talking,
Gurping up.
Gurping up. They're just like grouping up and talking in their own little cliques and stuff. Me and Seth, and sometimes our good friend Stephen Barry.
Stephen Barry,
dropping him on this podcast. Stephen Barry be there sometimes, but
who
mostly
I
just
adore.
me and Seth.
Stephen, if you're out there listening, shout out to you. You
get a $10 gift card
to Bad Dragon.
Sorry, I miss Stephen Barry.
I miss Stephen too.
He's very cool, and I hope he's having a good time.
He went to college because he's an adult.
He's like a human being. Yeah. He's like a responsible adult person. But anyway, me and Seth would just be sitting, and I think you. How did we even get to the point of read it out loud?
I think it looks so bad, and it's about a topic we both knew about.
True.
So allow me to read the title just for that posterity: Avatar, Korra X Male Reader. So as you. Well, let's just say reader, because I'm not even a dude, and I'm going to be narrating.
And yeah.
And we want everyone to enjoy this experience is the main reason. Just like,
not that like people won't enjoy it, but we want to make this more inclusive to everybody.
Yeah, I guess in case y'all don't know, we're both queer as fuck. I said pho.
Pho, yeah. Those good noodles.
Because you see, I got that. The FCC, they were looking in the window.
Yeah. The red dot just disappeared.
And pho, you see, in Scrabble rules, is a type of dough. Yes, you see.
You see.
And then JoJo music starts playing.
You're walking
this was part of my plan.
Oh God!
That was how Persephone Rose beat up the FCC.
The entire FCC.
You know, for as many times as I've name dropped them, I don't know much about them.
I forget what FCC stands for.
Federal Communications Chicken
Salad. I also think that I do think that the Dark Lord 86 is someone who would completely erase Korra and her bisexuality. So let's just keep that in the Korra is bi. Confirmed canonically. Keep that in the minds of everyone.
Bisexual queen, man.
We stand.
I never actually. I've watched a few episodes of Korra. It's a shame that I couldn't watch more, since it's theorized they most likely wrote it off as a bankruptcy, or not tax failure.
I think tax failure, yeah, because it didn't do that good,
and so they're not illegally allowed to air it more.
Yeah,
which is heartbreak.
Because Avatar just came back on Netflix, and everyone's finishing that up, and they're like, I want to watch Korra, and there's no streaming sites that have Korra on it.
Yeah.
Which is messed up.
It's a shame.
I think we should dive on into this.
See, the way Avi, being a responsible little noodle, wanted us to do roles and things, and I was all like, oh, heck yeah, brother.
See, I come from a theater background. I was part of the LRT, the Lighthouse Repertory Theater in town, for quite some years, I would say, and I have performed as background characters in many different plays. So I have that just pure thespian energy that I bring to this table. Don't forget to over-enunciate so the audience can hear you clear to the end of the stage.
All right, Brian David Gilbert, let's...
Thank you for picking up on that.
That was... You just became him in this moment.
I channeled that. So yeah, I was thinking maybe I could read
for
some dialogue.
You took the shape of a unicorn. So I'm going to be reading the narration part, which can be very fun for reasons I'll explain in a moment. Avi will be taking the role of your name. The character is your name. You will find that the character actually has another name that is going to be easier. But whenever we say your name, imagine that your name is the name that is there, so that you can really place yourself into the story. I will also be reading it as it is written, which includes bad punctuation. So if I run out of breath, blame the Dark Lord 86, who did not put periods.
I also don't know if he knows what commas are.
Most likely not.
Yeah.
Would you like to begin?
Let me just get into character.
And we'll also probably comment and make fun of things in the middle.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Let me just get into character. Let me just do all my acting warm ups.
Yeah. Avi, what are you doing with your arm? Oh no, he's broken his arm over himself.
It's to get into character. I am now dislocating my shoulder, and I will. And now, judges, if you will see, I will relocate my shoulder and escape this trap.
It's awful.
Let's continue. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. This is Avatar X, or Korra X Male Reader. I will be reading it as it is meant to be rid.
Yeah, audiobook voice.
You chuckled, dodging another piece of rock from the earthbender like it was nothing, because it was nothing. The guy summoned rocks from the ground, trying to trap you in a stone prison, but you jumped up out of his reach and spinned in the air to your right side, your foot on fire. First period. With a laugh, you kicked, sending the fireball straight at the earthbender, who was surprised at the size of the fireball and speed, being too late to dodge it, and was turned to ash, new paragraph. You landed on the ground without any kind of problem. Your true name was your name. But most called Yor the dragon because you were a firebender, but on a complete different level with a different kind of bending. It was ancient thing you could do died a long time ago at the hands of the four nations, but you revived it and used it for your own game, and it was called Inner Spirit.
Chills, you guys.
Second period. Everybody has a soul, but that soul had what a human side or a spirit side, depending on the element bending you did. And because yours was fire, your spirit was partly dragon, and that side you learned to use, period. Inner spirit means that you can use the spirit to bring it to live, increasing your powers 5 times when you don't even use it, but 20 times when you summon the spirit, and yours went so high you can make lava come out of the ground with the tap of your foot. When you did it, your spirit would appear somewhere around you like a spirit, ghost, or aura, and even could inflict hits of his own, so it also included a warrior pet. Really, it wasn't easy controlling, but you did, and used it to kill some bad guys, one word, win torments, was meant to be tournaments, or even fun, like scaring people away that annoy you. Or, let's just kind of go back a moment, incinerating an earthbender.
Easily.
A man, there's a death count of 1 so far in this story, and it is not handled at all.
No,
that was the last you will hear of that.
Without mercy, incinerated that who had probably a family, children who loved him.
It was an earthbender. Are earthbenders evil in the Korra verse?
That's a great question. No.
Because there's no like Bossing Say stuff going on.
Well, that's just like the Bossing Say royalty being evil. No one bender is evil.
I mean, that's true. That is true. That is a good point.
I think Avatar also pointed out, like, hey, not all the firebenders are evil, because some of them are just terrible, but there are good firebenders because they're just humans.
That is a very good point.
To continue, my favorite line here.
Oh, yes. I want this above...
Tattooed.
I was going to say as a tramp stamp, I want a pomegranate tramp stamp due to my name heritage, but right above that, I want... The coffee machine just sputtered as though it...
does not want you to say it.
It was gasping. You lived the live... Oh, lonely live, but you didn't complain. You saw the world, could decide on your own, and loved to battle, so you didn't complain all you did to visit your family soon in the Firemation.
Poetry. Slam poetry.
And again, when I read really fast like that, it's because there's no punctuation. I really want to accentuate that. You lived the live. You shook your head and started walking away with your hands in your pockets, leaving the ash to being blown away by the wind. You went back to the town, a pretty big one, people walking on the streets in the nice weather. You just spotted the loyal cops of the town arrest a thief and drag him to prison. Dark Lord's a police apologist. You chuckled and walked on when you could hear people start whispering to each other, some carrying newspaper, and from one you could read the description. Only one newspaper.
Description spelled with an I.
Oh, description. Republic City. I would like to point out, it is spelled Republic throughout the entirety of the story.
The city is called Republic City.
Because that's a real word. And also city is lowercase, always. Only Republic is uppercase. But that's honestly pretty impressive in its own.
That's really, they managed to find the shift key.
Republic City offering a reward for the golden tip on finding the spirit bender dragon. Dragon is not uppercase, nor is anything else besides Republic. You chuckled, shaking your head with a smile. That people looked for you was nothing new. You were a spirit bender after all. The Earth Nation sends some of their best men to capture you, probably to make you a weapon to make sure the Earth Nation would remain strong and respected, but you didn't like to be in change and getting orders, so you killed the complete group except the weakest and sent him back with a message. That was one sentence.
One sentence. That was 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 one sentence.
So, okay, that did refresh my mind on why he incinerated the Earthbender man.
That does, you know what? Great callback.
You know, no plot holes in this book.
Solid as Swiss cheese.
After that, the Earth Nation didn't want to risk more lives and left you alone, knowing you would personally come to them and kill their ruler. Well, then who's offering a reward? Oh man. Moving swiftly along. Now it seemed the Republic City... Oh, the Republic was in uppercase.
He lost it, yeah.
I keep saying upper... It's capitalized is the word.
Uppercase also counts.
Does it? Does it truly? Oh, see, sorry, I was looking momentarily at our levels to see if we're recording, and we are.
Good to make sure. Yeah.
Good to make certain. Sorry, I had to find my place. Now it seemed the Republic City or the Avatar herself was after you, which seemed kind of fun. You always wanted to duel her and beat her. You walked to a known bar with some great food, wondering from who the hell that giant white dog was, and walked inside in the almost empty place, only the bartender, 4 strangers, and a few guys who came for the food. Now, I really like that setup because it really, it introduced a giant white dog and then no mention thereafter. It really breaks the rule of if you put a giant white dog in the first chapter, it has to explode by the third.
Yeah.
Also, it specified there were 4 strangers, and then also there was a few guys who came for the food.
Yeah, important to note. Because, hey, it's a well-known bar, as stated
But there were
before.
4 strangers.
4 strangers, but then also some guys.
The guys. The dudes.
The boys.
All right. And now, the special touch of the Dark Lord is that he writes all of his dialogue in the form of a script, because truly, this is a theatrical performance.
Truly, yes.
So, if you want... Avi and I made a rule that we'll go kind of after each other. He does have the role of dragon.
Would you like to take on the role of this person as they converse?
I'll take on the role of this girl. Girl, what you mean you have no idea? Some people saw signs of him. It's sign, but it was spelled sigh.
With an H.
Of him here not too long ago?
Bartender. Signs, not the guy himself. And I don't keep myself busy with these things, so order something or get out.
Girl. Do some sandwiches with water and a steak, please, for my dog outside. Throws the money on the counter, in parentheses. Wait, hang on, let me just...
We need the coin noise.
Throw some money on the counter. The girl turned around, walking with her friends, to a table, accidentally bumping into you. She muttered a quick sorry, moving on with a small blush while you just shook it off and sat by the counter.
Bartender. Hey, your name? The usual? Your name. Nods.
Imagine, man, this immersion.
I know.
Man, radio listeners, I bet you're thinking, you just nodded as like a Freudian slip.
Yeah, you just did it. You
just did it.
The poetic, entrancing words of the Dark Lord 86 made you just nod against you didn't even know.
Because you're so in there.
Wow.
The bartender grabbed you a cheese sandwich and a cup of tea. You paid him from the money you stole from the remains of your opponents and just sat there eating in silence, the people behind you talking about something you didn't care about when you heard your nickname Dragon pass through somebody's lips.
Asami. How do we find him? Anybody who has seen him in action is turned to ashes.
Korra. I don't know, but there gotta be somebody who has to know something that could lead us to him.
Bolin. Why again are we looking for this guy? Asami. Didn't you pay attention? Spirit Benders were a group of people who kept peace between the nations so long ago until all 4 nations wiped them out, believing they were being ruled by the Spirit Benders, and all 4 teamed up to kill them, but only in a small group they managed to do that, because a Spirit Bender can easily be 50 times stronger than a normal Bender, and maybe even 20 times stronger than some of the elites.
Korra. If I can find him, he can teach me how to use it, and I might finally be able to keep peace without anybody strong enough to beat me. You chuckled and finished your sandwich so you could sip your tea, enjoying the taste rolling over your tongue. You heated it up a bit with your fire and took another sip, sighing in relief, feeling all your muscles just relax with this gift of the gods. Glug glug. Korra stood up from her place, moving back to the counter, asking for more water and some small snacks, standing next to you, minding her own business. You did the same, drinking the entire tea until it was empty. The bartender offered to make another one, but you said he could throw in some water in the tea bag and you would heat it up on your own. That's just a real show-off move.
I know, that's kind of rude.
Just give me some water, old man.
I can heat it up. Don't worry about it.
These dang millennials and their firebending. You paid the man the normal price for tea and heated it up with your own firepower until it was just the right amount of heat, getting the attention of Korra. Korra, so you're a bender, huh?
You nod.
Which is weird. The directions for your name is in Korra's?
It's in Korra's line, which is an interesting stage direction choice, but it's avant-garde.
It's avant-garde. The Dark Lord takes the traditional rules of like how theatrics are and just puts them right in the garbage
in a
can.
Blender. Yeah, just
right
absolutely destroys it.
Well, so am I. It ignites a small flame on her finger. You smirked and ignited all your fingers in fire, only it was blue fire and bigger than Korra owned fire. Korra, wow, cool, your can make it blue.
Your name. Everything is possible if you try. Ain't nothing compared to the dragon, though.
Korra, wait, you know something about him?
Your name. Just a few small things, but I better keep my mouth shut.
Korra looked at you, a bit pissed, ignoring her order getting placed on the counter, and kept looking at you. Korra, while I would like to know.
Your name. There ain't much to tell. A guy around our age mostly wears a blue hood because he mostly used blue fire. His way of fighting is different than anybody else, and he goes around the world to look for good fights, going in tournaments to beat the beep out of every team to see who can give him a good fight.
Korra, really? You know how to reach him or get him to meet me? Because I kinda needs this help. You thought about it. She was obvious, the Avatar. Obvious. But you weren't a teacher or a fan of being locked up. But she seemed cool and probably could give you this fight you wanted.
Your name. Well, your face is familiar. Are you the Avatar in that team named whatever?
Korra, yes I am.
Your name. Then challenge him across the world. Make a tournament challenge him to beat his way to the top and face you. He is a thrill seeker, somebody who lives for the thrill of battle, so battling you he can't resist with a reward included.
Korra. Dot, 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 dot. That is good advice, thanks. She left you by the counter, taking her order, when she couldn't see your face anymore. You smirked, thinking this was going to be really interesting and exciting.
I would like to discuss the spelling of interesting in this situation.
Spelling of it. Interesting.
Capital I.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Time skip, bro. This is in bold. This is an author's note.
Author's note.
Which is fun because he makes a confession. Time skip brought to you by, I don't know, didn't watch the show that much, truly, but I really wanted to make this. So this is where we find...
The curtain is pulled back just a
The curtain is pulled back and we find a deep twist, a deep change in the Dark Lord 86's vision of what Korra is and should be. You see, this is kind of like when you make like a Stephen King adaptation, but you put your own tormented demons in there.
Yep. He didn't really watch Korra.
He didn't watch Korra, but he felt it. He felt that he needed to do this. This was an obligation to him. This is what
he felt.
I'm like bleeding into Ryan Hollinger. By the way, cool guy if you want to watch horror analysis.
Oh God. Okay.
Pain. Sorry, he says pin. Pen.
Let's continue. Let's get this
for sure. Like you suggested, Korra got Republic City to throw a fire tournament for firebenders to draw the dragon, this time in apostrophes, to her, with the reward a meeting with the Avatar and a secret reward. Ooh, saucy. You, of course, traveled to Republic City to take part in the tournament, having your blue hood with fire symbols and all that in your backpack. It's a blue Jansport.
And it's also a blue Jansport.
First day of school.
Oh, he's definitely got both straps. like both straps of the backpack. He uses both of them like a nerd.
He's got like both straps, and he's got like the buckle on the chest. He's got the buckle
in the middle. Yeah, what a nerd. I don't think he could really incinerate people. Whatever.
Okay, Avi has a very fiery critique. Well,
you just said fiery critique. I hate you.
Personally, I think he like just does the one strap, even though he's got two.
You know, because he's cool like that.
Because that's the thing. It represents his ambivalence and ambiguity with mankind and nature.
And like not wanting to play by the same rules as everyone else and knowing that he doesn't belong. Wow.
It's like those movies where cars kill people.
Exactly.
You first looked around the city, passing some nice shops and restaurants even. A glance at the island everybody knows, then went to a hotel and hired yourself a room for a well-deserved nap. The tournament would be held in an hour in the arena for the plays, but on arriving you already spotted so many people buying tickets and security guards keeping order. You signed and scratched your head, hating to wait. ... Now you think, where would you join the tournament? Because you were just standing there, a security guard came up to you. Guard, sir, I have to ask you to either get in line, leave, or sigh up.
Your name. I'm actually here to sigh up.
Guard, then follow me. The guard let you inside, guiding you to the room where firebenders could sigh up, seeing a lot of them standing around, training or talking, some bragging they were gonna win. You could away enter the room when one guy was thrown out and the guard dragged him away, wishing you the best of luck before you entered the room, seeing 3 people behind a table probably in charge who could enter and who not. Woman. Okay, well then welcome. I need to ask you to show your firebending. You rolled your eyes and summoned a large red fireball in your hands with ease. Woman. Good, now are healthy enough to join?
Your name. This ain't my first, so yeah.
Me at my second rodeo. Woman, do you accept the terms by signing a contract? We're not responsible for any injuries.
Your name. Sure.
I don't know if you got the ambivalence in that line enough.
Sure.
That was good.
Yeah, but let me do a retake, Deborah. One more retake. Your name. Sure.
I think the second take was stronger, but I appreciate the third.
Sure. Sure. Okay. Sure. Sure.
I think that really captures the ambiguity.
Because he doesn't even care, man. Wow.
Yeah. Woman, are you by any chance related to a crime?
Your name. Not really.
Woman, great. Then you can fill this in and follow the gentleman who will arrive shortly to the waiting rooms where you have to wait for your name to be called. You nodded. Your head filled the paper in together with the contract. Oh, you nodded your head, filled the paper in together. See, Garlord isn't bound by commas.
He's really not. Or the English language.
I'm pretty sure by the way, he is a native English speaker, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like, we're not just making fun of someone who's learning a new language.
No.
Like, he is, as far as I've been told, because I'm pretty sure he's from, like, the UK.
I'm not entirely sure.
I'm pretty sure. You nodded your head, filled the paper in together with the contract, giving them only your second/fake name, so not your name. To be sure, stepping outside after you finished and grabbed your hood from your backpack, placing it over your shoulder so it covered your hair, face and shadows, and shoulder together with the small portion of your waist. That is a big hood.
Yeah, really, wow.
A hood that covers your entire upper half.
And a small portion of your waist.
Small portion of your waist. It bleeds. That really represents the ambivalence behind Dragon. Like the woman said, a man came up and told everybody to follow him kindly to the weighing rooms, at least taking 40 to 50 guys with him, you walking in the back. And this really, I think, shows kind of the outsider nature of Dragon.
He's in the back. He doesn't feel like he's part of the pack. He feels different. Wow. And you know how much of that is him feeling like he is definitely on another level bending wise. He's so far above these people. But what comes with that kind of sense of isolation, because he has no one on his, it's lonely at the top, you know?
Yeah, it's like that Stephen King movie where the car tries to kill people.
Exactly. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah.
Thank you for your honesty. Like the woman said, a man came...
Next paragraph.
Oh, my bad.
I apologize.
The waiting room, spelled it right that time, was big with plenty of snacks and drinks and, of course, lockers, and a medic team for whoever met the person who could be the dragon. You chuckled and took a locker, throwing your bag inside, not needing it, and waited on a bench in the corner waiting for the tournament to start. Bold text with Korra.
Now we're switching perspectives.
We are switching
getting
perspectives.
Some interesting story beats
We are
here.
entering the skull of Korra and watching through her eyes.
You know, written by a person who has not watched the show.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
This is the story subversion of the Dark Lord.
Really?
Korra lay with her head on her hand, bored out of her mind. She wanted to take heart, but Tenzin had to break the Sorry, is it Tenzin or Tenzin? Tenzin. It's a fun pronunciation. Tenzin had to break the fun and tell her she should watch and see who possible could be the dragon. The two of them, accompanied with Tenzin family and Korra friends, sat in a private booth with a great view of the battles that would occur. Sorry, I keep running out of breath. Korra mostly killed time with talking to her friends or hugging Naga or throw a fireball in her hands when she could see two firebenders entering the ring and stood on two other sides. She smiled, waiting for some real action and real live action from the, real action and also real live action from the dragon, who she was sure was gonna beat all of them. The rules of this game were the USEAL, but with a few changes. Comma. New paragraph. Only firebending. New paragraph. Hand-to-hand combat was allowed. New paragraph. Nobody could take a weapon with them, only fist and fire. The first fight was quick, over with one guy pushing the other over the edge in the water with a stream of fire, but that was nothing Korra heard the dragon was capable of.
Capable of.
The second was more fun, but still not what she expected, and the winner was extremely cocky. Dark Lord 86, that is an incredibly bold sentence of you to write.
Oh god, the irony.
The third was a tie where both just shot a fireball at each other and pushed each other off the edge in 10 seconds. That's a really slow fall. You know what? I'm just gonna... in 10 seconds?
No.
I understand that is a quick time for the match to be over, but that is a very long time to fall.
How high up are these? That doesn't seem safe. How high up are like the platforms to the water? OSHA did not say this was okay. That is violating so many regulations.
I mean,
That's just not safe.
This feels to me kind of like when the Olympics come to your town and they build these big monuments and all these big buildings, and then they leave them behind, and it becomes this awful wasteland jungle.
Wow, do you think this is like an underground fighting tournament thing in just the abandoned Olympic gym they built in Republic City, do you think?
Well, I don't know. Did they dig? Did they dig down?
That's it. Or is
you
it
did
just
say it was underground.
Oh my god. Continue with this.
The KFUG computer just turned blue.
Having a stroke.
Then your name. Sorry, I felt my voice come out of my nose. I need a drink of water.
Yeah.
Entertain the crowd for a moment.
You know when you do the thing and you do the thing and
Avi, I am pissing myself with laughter. Then your name was called in the waiting room with another guy. You thought victory was in his pocket. Oh, sorry. Who thought victory was in his pocket? Walking to the ring with a smirk, you really wanted a wipe of his face. But not just that, but make the blow even harder. Like that. You went to the guy who called you and whispered something to him. And after a few words giving to each other, he muttered, "Your funeral," and yelled 4 more names to the side of the first guy, meaning it was going to be 5 against 1. They don't stand a chance. Korra slowly started to give up hope. Believing she failed and getting the dragon to come, probably knowing why this was held, when she spotted something strange. 5 guys walked over to one side while just one guy walked in on the others wearing a blue hood. Then your words came in her head. Korra, it's him. The other team laughed, thinking this was going to be easy, while you just stood on the other with your arms crossed waiting for the match to begin. Slowly, you heard the countdown, seeing the entire team ready themselves to fire, charging a fireball. When the countdown hit 0 and they all fired at you at the same time, a sight everybody closed their eyes for. You smirked, and used one hand to catch each fireball in your right hand, so it became a fire in your hands that turned blue. Then you made a wave of blue fire of it going for the other team while you boosted it with a bit of your own fire. The other team was too shocked to move until the wave of fire hit them and pushed all 4 of them of the edge straight in the water, while the last managed to hold on, climbing his way up. The guy climbed back in the ring, looking at you with a frown. With a frown. Is it me? When for only his eyes he could see your dragon behind you growling back at him. So fierce the guy passed out, falling over the edge in the water.
That guy's gonna drown. He's passed out.
That guy's gonna drown. He saw a dragon.
Oh my god.
You chuckled and did a victory pose. I'm imagining
I just did a victory pose.
Does the default Fortnite dance? Cheering others too scared to move or speak, while Korra smiled finally seeing you in action, and she could tell your power and fire was something on a complete different level as she ever encountered ... maybe even stronger than hers in avatar mode, new paragraph. You asked for another 5, which was granted, giving nobody dared to say no. 5 more came in the ring, all not sure who they were facing, so 2 of them charged straight at you with fists covered in flames, something not a lot did, but you smirked and ran back at them. You caught the fist of one guy and punched him in the stomach, then grabbed him by the shoulder and punched him across the face, finishing it with a powerful kick to the chest. Do you see that, Dad? Take that, Dad! That's what I'm gonna do to you, Dad! Sorry, I got a little too into it. Man, it's weird that the Dark Lord wrote all of that down.
It's crazy, yeah.
The guy rolled across the field to his team while other kicked you in the side, but you ignored the pain. Now, this is very interesting. He ignored the pain, but it's not that he did not feel he did not lack pain.
Yeah, this is a moment in the story where I feel we're really seeing your name, Dragon, be kind of vulnerable.
This is the first sign of vulnerability.
This is the first time he's gotten hit.
First time he's gotten hit.
Wow, and he ignores the pain.
He ignores it and caught his leg, trapping it behind your waist and arm, pushing him to the ground. You smirked and walked to his side, giving you a hard kick in the side, so he flew across the field, and you followed it with a powerful fireball, sending him farther, so he smacked into his friends. You chuckled, dancing left and right to dodge the fireballs dancing around you when you kicked in the air, sending a fireball straight at a firebender's chest, so he flew over the edge. 2 send a stream of fire at you, but you caught it spinning around, then send it back, so one guy was blasted off the edge. You could hear Korra cheer when you ducked your head away from a fireball and send one back that did hit his target with enough for him to meet the same fate as the one before him, leaving one who was still recovering. I felt like there was an incantation I read.
Really, you've summoned something.
You laughed and clapped your hands together, charging some fire, then aimed both your open palms at the remains of the other team, sending a wave of fire, sommelier, to a heavy gust of wind, which was made of fire, and both guys were done for. Space, no space, falling in the waters below. You laughed, getting more cheers, and continued on not leaving the ring, taking down in 1 to 1, 2 to 1, 5 to 1. You kicked the feet out of under a gut. You kicked a man's feet off, and when he was in the air, you smashed both your fists in his stomach, knocking him out when he hit the ground hard. And he hit the ground running.
Didn't make sense.
Your face is dumb. So much. So much. He ran into a stream of fire, but wasn't bothered by it, collecting the fire in your hands, closing in, then released everything you gathered in front of the female firebender, sending her so hard of the ring she hit the wall before falling down.
These people are, I know he incinerated.
They're fighting for money. They're fighting to feed their families.
He's murdering people, which I know he did in the first, second of this story. But they're just here for some prize money. Dang.
They're here to get the prize money. Maybe meet the Avatar.
That's true. I feel like you can just go say hi personally, but
That's fair. She's very busy. The planner's all booked up.
That's true.
You created a firewall in front of somebody, removing yourself from his sight. When your fist flew through the wall, it hit him right in the nose, knocking him KO.
Is there a wall now?
He made a firewall.
I apologize.
He did some Caleb Widogast stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there's pictures in this book. Yes!
There are. Oh.
You created a firewall in front of You battled yourself through opponent after opponent until 10 was left. You decided to fight all in one last battle, making the decision to use your full power.
Full power.
Which is a little wasteful, because I feel like he's easily taken on 5 guys at once.
Well, yeah, but there's
doubling that.
He's showing off. There's the last 10 people. He's gonna release his full power. He has to.
He's going to blow his load. You watched how the last 10 gathered on the... Oh, he's making a face at me. You watched how the last 10 gathered on the other side, very aware that you were the dragon, all waiting for the countdown to reach 0. Because I guess there's a countdown now. When the air behind you turned red and yellow. The aura took the form of your spirit dragon, standing strong behind you, opening his wings, looking with that 2 times as big. And there's a photo at this point. It looks like Sauron, maybe.
But as a dragon.
Like Sauron is a dragon. Just don't cover it in fire. Real heckin' cool.
Mm-hmm.
Real... Oh.
Just muscular.
Oh. With abs that'll make you...
Stop.
You chuckled, seeing their faces when the dragon opened his mouth, conjuring a fireball, increasing in size when he released his fire into the team, pushing them all of the edge in a huge mess of flames. Not enough to kill them, but enough to beat them and make them happy they land in water. What I like about this is the dragon is separate from dragon.
Yeah, this is his spirit that's separate. That can also do hits of its own, as mentioned previously.
Well, I'm trying to go with the symbolism, Avi. It's like that Stephen King movie where the car kills people.
Of course, yeah. It's really important that you keep talking about that.
You and the dragon send fire in the air, making everybody feel the heat, just like that car in Stephen King that kills people. The announcer... Account!
It's supposed to be announced.
Accountant.
But it's accountant.
That all teams were beaten, and you were the winner of this tournament, earning a lot of cheering from the crowd. Korra jumped from her seat, already imagining how her spirit beast would look if she could master it. You chuckled and walked of the ring through the waiting room with some firebenders who returned in defeat, all looking at you in fear, seeing the ghost of your dragon behind you.
So cool. He's so cool.
You grabbed your blue Jansport and left the room. The blue Jansport swinged over your shoulders while you just looked over the stage, while you just looked for the way of the stage when Korra rounded the corner seeing you. Korra, hey you! You gave her a friendly nod and smile, but walked on knowing she was going to ask something you didn't want to do. Korra, hey wait, grabs your arm. You were amazing out there with that dragon and amount of power in your fire. You gotta teach me that.
Your name? No.
Korra, why not?
Your name? I'm not a teacher. I don't really know you, and I got places I want to visit soon.
Korra, but this entire thing was thrown so you would come and teach me.
Your name? It was thrown so you could ask me, and I say no to your request. ... But it was fun.
That is not an accurate amount of dots. ... That's better. Accuracy to Dark Lord's vision.
Mm-hmm. But it was fun, so I wish you the best. May your path bring you great battles.
Korra, hey, wait a minute, I'm not giving up so easy.
Your name? I bet, but now I'm just amusing that the prize won't be to my liking.
Korra, ... Lower gaze. The chance to hang out with the Avatar and stay on the island, then whatever you want. ...
Your name? Then sorry, Not interested. Continued on. Like I said, may your path bring you great battles.
Korra frowned and tried to walk with you when a wall of fire blockaded her path until you were out of her sight.
This is like the second act, like conflict. I'm really feeling the emotional pull between these two.
This reminds me of the second act of the Stephen King movie where the car kills people when the car breaks up with the female car that has tits because they had to designate and was also pink. It reminds me of that kind of romantic bout.
Yeah, that kind of just like the will they won't they of that.
The will they won't they. And that was that was the name of the second arc.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
After the end where Korra accounted you didn't win the prize, everybody started leaving the arena, not seeing you sitting on the roof looking at the stars. Sensitive. You smiled, finishing your drink, then threw it down at a trash can, never taking your eyes off the stars. Most people left late, but all of them seemed to had a great time watching you fight. Your dragon came up from behind you, looking with you. Puts like his hands on your eyes, like, guess who?
Guess who?
With you at the stars, wrapping a ghost tail over your shoulders, if he was just for your friendly, fire-breathing, human-eating ghost pet.
Putting that in my Tinder bio.
Slowly, the stars became brighter and the sky darker, making the stars look out more, but then you noticed everything looked darker and you felt weak.
Your name thought, what?
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 What? I'm really sensing like the confusion, the emotion in this, yeah.
What?
What? Okay, we have to stop.
I'm sorry,
this.
I didn't hear you. What? You could feel yourself slipping away for some reason. Everything became just a blur when suddenly it disappeared altogether in complete darkness. You groaned, opening your eyes again, feeling that you weren't where you used to be, finding yourself actually in some kind of forest, new paragraph. You were surrounded by Mim and Woman. The two on stone pillars, 3. Waiting for you to get up. All you weren't in the... Sorry, let me start this whole beautiful sentence over. You were surrounded by Mim and Woman on stone pillars, waiting for you to get up. All you weren't in the right mood. Aang. Hello, your name. This is my voice. I'm old.
Yeah.
What's old Aang sound like?
Just kind of like an older dude.
Yep.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. You growled, seeing the Avatar and several others sitting or standing around you. It's like when a furry doesn't like a piece of legislation, and so it hisses. You stood up, your dragon appearing behind you, looking actually real, being in what you assumed was the spirit world.
Your name. Where am I? And what did you do?
Aang, I'm sorry, but we needed to talk to you, and this was the only way. You're in the spirit world. We pulled your soul from your body for a while just to have a small conversation.
Your name. Oh, really? What about?
Aang, we want you to train Korra in using her inner spirit. We understand this is not your way and you don't like it to have to teach a stranger, but you have to understand she will need the power. Your dragon could feel your answer and lunged, destroying the entire pillar. Aang sat on to dust in a single attack, but Aang landed calmly behind the dragon in front of you, unfazed by the attack. Aang, I guess you won't just do it if I say she need it for her future adventures.
Your name. Nope.
Aang, very well, then I guess we have to do it a different way then. You follow the honor of combat, I'm a correct?
Your name. You could say that.
Aang, then what you say about a duel? Me against you in a battle where we give it us all. If you beat me, I grant you a gift from the spirit world, but if I win, you have to teach Korra.
Your name. ... Deal. Seems I can't get out of here anyway.
Aang smiled. The place you two stood rose high in the sky. The pillar with the past avatars rose up, making the pieces float around the battleground while the field grew bigger, making a decent battlefield for you two to battle. Aang managed to bend the fire around back at you, but you did the same thing back again, so Aang just had to summon a stone wall to protect him. He lowered it again and made 2 whips of water to whip you, but you caught them and heated your fire that high it turned the water to steam. Your dragon raised from the ground behind you and used his wings to create a huge gust of wind, but of course, Aang bended it back, blowing you to a little back. Okay. You and the dragon.
Wow.
You looked up, ducking under a huge piece of rock, but then got kicked by Aang.
That's such a good sentence. And then you got, but I want,
up.
I want more sentences to end with. But then you got kicked by Aang.
That would have made the Car movie by Stephen King so much better.
Wow, Cars by Stephen King was so good, but Cars 2 was
Cars 2 was about eugenics.
Mm-hmm.
But then Aang came in there and he set him straight.
And then you were kicked by Aang.
Mater fought Aang. You got kicked by Aang. You chuckled at the hit and punched the avatar in the... He's not the avatar.
He's not the avatar anymore.
Korra's the avatar.
Plot hole. We found one.
We found it.
The one plot hole.
The one failure of the Dark Lord 86 cancelled. Sorry, let me start. You looked up, ducking under a huge piece of rock, but then got kicked by Aang. You chuckled at the hit and punched the avatar in the chest. Then you two just fought hand-with-hand combat, trying to hit the other, but you only got one more hit. The rest was blocked.
Wow, blocked it, huh?
Aang grabbed your arms, then covered them in water and your legs in stone, trapping you long enough for him to energy bend, blocking your fire-bending skills for 2 hours.
I like that there's a specific timer on it. Oh, we gotta set the timer on the oven. 1 second.
Just
2 hours.
2 hours. Aang, I win. He dropped you on the ground.
Your name. Now that was no honor and pretty dirty, but you won, so fine. Korra gets what she wants.
Aang smiled, sending you back to your own buddy. That's one word? Own buddy, resting in a bed in an unfamiliar room. You groaned, coming up while stretching your limba. You know when you gotta stretch your limba?
You gotta stretch my limba.
Let me get my limba. Ugh. Feeling well rested. Korra, you're awake. What about my awake? It's spelled Y-O-U-R.
It's possessive.
You look to your side, seeing Korra next to you on a chair. Not sitting
on
in
the chair, like a
she's
couple
standing
feet above
on
the chair.
Korra, you okay? A guard found you on the roof because he was on roof duty.
And he just passed out.
So he took you to the island until you woke up.
Your name. Yeah, I met some of your friends in the spirit realm, and after a dirty trick, you get what you want. I apologize. You get what you want, I train you.
Thank you for getting that full vision of the
full
Dark
vision,
Lord.
yeah.
Korra. Really? You nodded, regretting the decision when she hugged you so hard you couldn't breathe for the next 5 seconds, but then hugged her back, looking out the window on the city. Korra, something wrong?
Your name. No, I'm fine, but I do gonna miss traveling.
Sorry, I just read ahead and I got nauseous.
I know, it hurt.
Korra. It says chuckle. Don't worry, your name. Stick with me and you'd see some places for sure. Thank you for agreeing to train me. I make worth you while I promise.
Your name. How?
Korra blushed, but pushed you down on the bed and lay on top of you, holding you still while she lowered her lips down to yours, kissing you. In a few seconds, you sinked in the kiss, not bothering to remove her, but actually held her hips while she kissed you, making you not miss the traveling at all.
And on that disgusting note.
Thus ends Avatar Korra X-Mail Reader by the Dark Lord 86 and his anthology Various Females X-Mail Reader, a lot of animes, movies, TV shows, video games, etc.
Truly the I don't even know how to describe it. Just the Orson Welles of our time.
The magnum opus of any writing.
Really, I do think it is.
This book is what made us friends.
Somehow.
Because I think it's almost like like trauma
fine
bonding.
wine.
I can make that joke. I have trauma.
Oh, wow. See, as god-awful as some of the words and thoughts and phrases and letters and punctuation and ideas of this are, I will always fondly look back on walking to my locker, you reading that out loud to me in a public setting, and it's physically hard for me to not laugh, just trying to walk to my locker and just having to laugh at some of the god-awful things that are in that. I will always look fondly on that.
Those were good times. Because my personal life was really bad at that time.
At least
I was
we had
a homeless youth.
Yeah, it was very tough.
And so that was a very fun escape.
It really, and yeah.
The Dark Lord 86 granted us an escape.
Really and truly, I do think that helped us build our beginning friendship, and that will always mean a lot to me. But oh my god, this is awful.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
And all of the writings are, the thing is, I know the kiss was very abrupt, but usually it's way worse and way more abrupt.
I was honestly very surprised with how much emotional buildup there was for this kind of writing.
I was gonna say, I genuinely can't tell if that's a sarcastic statement.
No, that was, I'm honestly surprised that there was any kind of emotional buildup at all. I'm surprised they met more than once.
No, that's a very good point. They did meet more than, it was in the span of a day.
They had a meet cute.
But it was a few different meetings.
Yeah. So he's got that on him, I guess. He's just a step above.
So, oh my god. This is Korra X Mill Reader by the Dark Lord 86. Let us know if you want us to read any more of his works, perhaps. There are some great things, both fanfiction and original content.
I would love to come back and discuss his original characters. They are, again...
The OCs are very good.
And it's not even... a lot of it is, okay, that's a fun concept, we like to laugh at stuff. It's the description of the personalities and the entire aesthetic.
He
the
uses
writing
a very...
style.
He employs a very interesting language.
It's beautiful.
It reminds me of when I was my whole life I've been making up little characters and all sorts of things. And back then in the olden days when I was just a little gal in the South making my way up with stories making my way downtown with my writing, I would I had no sense of balance.
Oh.
And so my characters were just oh yeah, and this guy, he can make lava shoot out of his butt and it kills God. And then he becomes God. And he gets too strong.
Hey bud, I don't mean to break this to you, and
yes.
I don't know if you know this yet. That is actually the plot of a book written by Onision. I'm not kidding.
This has been OFFBeat.